All right, so here is a video on how to use Desmos. All you got to do is go to your web page and type in DESMOS, and you should start seeing a graphing calculator pop right at the very top here. You click on that, and there you go. Here's your graphing calculator, and it's a nice one. Take a look. If I wanted to say graph a function, let's call it, uh, let's see, give me a second. F of x, oops, how if I type here? F of x is equal to negative 2x squared. And look, it's already starting to graph already. Let's say plus, oh, by the way, once you do the squared, you sometimes have to cursor forward a little bit, and that brings you down off of that squared part. And say plus 16x minus 27. Okay, so you type in the explicit quadratic function, and you can move this around all you want. You can actually, if you hold the shift key down, what happens to when my cursor is on the y-axis to get that little arrow, I could actually drag it down like this and shrink it or stretch it. I can do the same thing with the x-axis. I can shrink it, I can stretch it. That's all good. But here's the coolest thing about Desmos and GeoGebra that does the same thing. There's going to be some very interesting points we're going to want. And notice I just touched this right here, and it's already starting to figure out what point that is. These are the zeros we were talking about. Those are not pretty looking zeros. But notice it's also highlighting another point way up here. That is our maximum. You click on that and you're done. You know exactly what the maximum value of that function is going to be. Notice the function just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, greater values, and that hits 5. 5 is my highest value. That's my y coordinate. And then as x continues getting bigger, y is getting smaller, 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 smaller. It's simply that easy. You type in what you see, you touch the screen where in the important parts, the maximum, or maybe you want to know the zeros, and it just tells you what they are. It's so much easier than those calculators that you have on the Chromebooks. Let's try that again. Just click that off. Let's try g of x is equal to negative 3x squared plus 18x minus 7. And now notice right here, it's going off the screen. So if I scroll back, I can zoom out. And if it's getting too narrow or something, I can zoom in. But if I want to stretch this out to get a better feel for it, make it look nice and pretty, then I'm good. And if I want to know the maximum, I can simply click here. And notice these 3 points, the points that we're always going to be asking you about, the zeros and the maximum right there. Now, let's say the graph is done the other way around. Let's say I type in, what happens if I do this? Just take that negative away. Boop. Now that graph is all crazy. So I'm going to zoom out so I can see a nice picture. And once again, now this is going to be a minimum, right? It's going down, 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 down. It hits the lowest point it's going to go, and then the function starts to increase again. So if I want to know what that is, I just click there, and it tells me the lowest this function's ever going to go is negative 34. In fact, it even gives me my y-intercept, my x-intercept, and my other x-intercept. It's that easy. Just click on it, and you've got your answers. This also, I've been trying to figure out how to cast the screen of my phone onto my screen here, because this is also a phone app you guys can use. Just type it all in, press on those values there, and you've got your answers. Okay. And there you go. That's about it. I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye.